Welcome to episode 65 of the Mile 20 podcast where epic shit happens. I'm Laura and I'm here with my bestie,
Lorri.
And today we are going to talk about the Mississippi Blues Marathon in the state of Mississippi.
It's going to be a thrilling episode today.
Actually, I think that folks that are tuning in will appreciate more about things that have been happening outside of maybe this race, and because we're gonna do the race justice and Jackson justice.
Yeah.
But I know we have some really cool epic updates that we're gonna cover down on, and I think that it'll make the episode a lot more interesting. we're really souping this one up, but before we jump in, we just really want to thank all of our listeners. Again, we get notes, from people who are local to, people who are halfway across the world, just appreciating the content, things that we're sharing. So keep the interest, keep the comments coming. We're on Instagram, on Facebook, and we do video record our episodes every week. And it's on YouTube.
It is on YouTube.
So definitely check it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everything's at Mile 20 Podcast.
At Mile 20 Podcast, my friends. So, all right, I'm going to dive into my Epic Week update first.
Do you want to do a disclosure, too?
Well, so we apologize for our avid listeners who, listen every week. We pride ourselves on getting out content every Thursday. And we have a fantastic producer, so Lori's daughter Maggie, and she's phenomenal. She keeps us on task, and we're good. I mean, we usually not dragging our feet on it. But last week I had, as I had mentioned, maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, I had to get some nasal surgery done. So there's this wonderful thing called cartilage in the middle of your nose, and apparently I was having, as you know, Lori, many, many problems with my nose over the past year. And I kept saying, dude, I cannot breathe out of my right nostril. And I had a deviated septum repaired back in the early 2000s, thought maybe that had failed again.
And no, she's never done anything illegal up her nose.
No, nothing illegal up my nose. But apparently I had a nice sized tear in the middle of my cartilage. Now I did ask, and this is important for the runners and sports people who are listening. I was like, could I have gotten the tear in my nose from doing snot rockets?
Yes, because we do a plethora of snot rockets while we're running.
Because I do snot rockets.
Yes, a lot of them.
And he's like, maybe.
Oh.
So he's like, you'll never know what caused it. It could have been that the surgery that you had from years ago, it never fully healed, and then you just did things that exacerbated it and made the tear bigger, but we'll never know.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna just have a tissue with me now when I run, and that's gonna be really, really hard to go and do, man.
You know me, I'm still gonna shoot him out. Come on, man.
Well, anyway, so I had surgery last Monday, and as of before the surgery, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be fine to go and record on Tuesday. Oh, fuck no.
I knew she wasn't going to be ready to record on Tuesday, but I was going to trust her being Laura. I'm like,
I'm gritty and, no, man. I had the surgery on last Monday afternoon, and I slept when I came home on Tuesday and on Wednesday, and oozing into Thursday morning. Thursday morning was when I finally took my shower. I thought I was going to be working the next day, and this thing put me down and out. So what they ended up doing, there's 2 ways that you can go and repair a tear in the inside of your nose. One is by artificial means, where the doctor will go and take a little plastic piece and actually fix it in your nose, and that clogs up the hole. My doctor opted for a skin graft. So what that entailed was cutting into the right side of my temple and actually and it didn't have to cut my hair. He was prided himself on This
Nice.
is Dr. Hovey over in Paoli, Pennsylvania. Didn't have to cut into my hair, but he took a skin piece out of my head and put it in my nose. So when people say your head is up your ass, my head is up my nose. Literally. So that kind of knocked me on my booty. So much so I was pretty bummed because this past weekend was going to be a really epic weekend for our family. My son-in-law was graduating on Sunday from Wharton, and he got his master's degree. We're so incredibly proud of him. It was like a
Whoop, whoop, go Matthew.
I know. Congratulations to Matthew. And because the humidity kind of spiked here in Pennsylvania, and I still had splints in my nose and stitches in my head and stuff, and I was like, there's no way in hell I can go and do this.
Yeah.
So
that'd have been a long day of walking in the city in the heat.
And I didn't want the day to be about me and me not feeling well. So so Jim went and represented, him and I, and he said it was an absolutely wonderful day. But I was pretty bummed about that. So, but I did get the stitches out and the splints out of my nose because they suture these splints in your nose. Way too much information I'm sharing right now, but y'all do not underestimate when you are getting surgery, the impact that it has to your body. And I think the best advice that I can give is that just listen to your body and let it rest. Because I think because I leaned in so much on resting last week and stuff, I'm starting to feel like myself today. I actually worked a full day today and yesterday. Yeah. So I'm getting back into the swing. The other exciting thing, because I had so much time this weekend, after I became a little mobile off of the couch, I started my own sourdough starter.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when I was sitting, this is
wait,
way
now
more
I
exciting.
feel like we're getting to sweaty balls.
We're sweaty
I
balls.
started my sourdough.
Sourdough starter, but it's gluten free. It's gluten free. So Maddie had.
Oh, that's exciting.
Right. Maddie had given me a gluten free bread book for Christmas, and I finally had a lot of time to sit down and read it. And it was actually really cool because the book lays out, all the equipment that you need, all of the flour. So I probably spent about, $400 or $500 on flour the other day. Huge boxes came in, and so I'm making a brown rice teff sourdough starter. Teff flour. I did not know what teff flour was. So anyway, I'm on my 6th feeding tonight. You have to feed it 10 times. And now I know why, there are memes of people carrying around a jar of their sourdough starter, because you become really, really intimate with this fermenting flour and water.
It's your baby.
It is my baby. So my goal is to actually make bread, I don't know, probably over the weekends with it. So
Nice.
I'm excited about it. So it's my first attempt at going and doing that.
Excellent. Now, we weren't together last weekend, so how was your Mother's Day?
Oh, Mother's Day was wonderful. We spent the day with my mom and my dad, my sister, and her family, Maddie and Matthew, and we went to the Bohemia Manor,
Where Maddie's birthday was.
Yes,
30th,
yes,
right?
yes. A winery down in Bohemia, Maryland, right on the Bohemia River. And if you're within the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland area, definitely check it out. They've really leaned in on, bringing in a fantastic chef. The food was fantastic. I think this was their first or maybe your second year doing the Mother's Day thing. So they still some glitches to go and work out. But other the food and the drink it was wonderful, and the company was even better. So
Great.
Yeah, and I know you had fun with Mother's Day. Your mom came in.
Yeah, my mom flew up from Florida. She came in late on Friday. Saturday we did our nails because Maggie wanted to get her nails done for her engagement photos,
Yay!
Which happened last week.
Which I saw a little sneak peek of them, and they look really cool.
Yes, very exciting. So we all got our nails done, and then of course I didn't even bother with polish. I just got a manicure. That's all I got. And then we went and saw Devil Wears Prada too, which I liked.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
I've still not seen it.
I liked it.
Everybody has seen it around me except for me now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was quite as good as the first, but it was close.
Okay.
It was a solid second.
I guess my question is are you okay that they did a sequel?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Because you know, like, you get some movies and you're like, why? Like, why did they reboot that? Like, why did they even touch it? They should not have touched it.
Yeah, no.
This was okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
I did. I thought they did it well.
Okay.
And then we had... the next day, we had reservations in the morning for Rivertown Taps, which we've talked about before in Phoenixville. They had a lovely brunch that we had,
Nice.
and then we just tooled around Phoenixville and went shopping, and then ended up at La Patrona, the little Mexican place, sitting outside for dinner later that night. And
Nice. That sounds like a good day.
Yeah, we had a really nice visit with my mom, and then we went back to the charcoal pit when I dropped my mom off because she flew in and out of Wilmington.
Oh, you went back there.
But we just went there just to get shakes.
Okay.
I think it's the best shake I've ever had in my life.
Oh, wow.
Like, it is worth it if you can do like a little side trip for, on the way down to the villa or whatever, and you want to have a little sweet treat on the way home or whatever. Oh my God.
I can't do shakes.
Their shakes are so good.
I can't do shakes.
Oh, because of lactose.
They have a lactose. Yeah.
No.
I'll be farting all weekend if I start my weekend that way. So
farts.
Yeah.
And then and then this last weekend, Dave had gotten me for Christmas. We're dabbling with getting into some overlanding culture. I mean, I've been wanting to full send since 2018, but my husband has been dragging our feet. Plus, we're not empty nesters, and we had 3 kids and weddings, and anyway, we have a lot of financial stuff going on. So we have not done anything yet, but I've wanted my husband to just start researching more with me. So for Christmas, he got me tickets to Overland Expo West.
Dude, you have been talking about going to that expo for as long as I've known you.
Yes. So this is like...
That's why I was like so happy for you that you were going.
There's like 5 or 6 of them. This is the flagship one, the original. It's in Flagstaff, Arizona. This thing was insane. But we went in, and I wanted to give Dave the full experience, and he had never been to the Grand Canyon. So we rented...
Oh, I didn't know that he hadn't been there.
He had never been.
Oh, that's cool.
So we flew into Phoenix. I rented from Arizona camper van. He's also on Outdoorsy, but he has a couple of Jeeps and a Jeep Gladiator that he has totally outfitted with all the camping equipment you could need and rooftop tents and awnings. Like, they're nice setups. And I picked up his Gladiator because the 2 Jeeps were already rented. And I was like, oh, the Gladiator. And I actually really, it drove so much better than my Jeep, surprisingly. Like,
well, what year is your Jeep?
2018.
Okay. Well,
I have the lift and the suspension and all of that.
And they've made so many changes to the Jeeps, since then.
Yeah, and I would guess that what we were driving was maybe a 2021, I think.
Okay.
But it was cool. So, like, I got us a campsite up at the Grand Canyon at Desert View, which is on the east side, kind of away from the main body of, like, everything that's Grand Canyon, which is in the South Village. So it was kind of a quieter area. Which we
because that could get a little busy in the south. Were there a lot of people like around?
I mean, the campground was full, and there was people.
Because it's starting to get to the season. Yeah,
it is starting.
Yeah,
but it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
But yeah, like we hiked South Kabob. We did the Bright Angel Trail. Like, we did several miles. As a matter of fact, 2 days ago when we did Bright Angel, we did a 6-miler. So we went down to the 3-mile rest house and back, and
nice.
I was like, I'm going to be so tired on the way back. And we got to the last quarter mile, and I'm like, I'm going to run it. Like, I feel like I'm in that good a shape right now. And I'm like, this is phenomenal. Like, I just feel so good. We were passing people left and right, which I kind of was like.
Are you going to carry me in our next marathon? Because
yes.
I haven't.
Yes.
I think when wait, let me just interrupt really quick.
Yes.
The one bad thing about doing the surgery, so Lorri and I and Maggie have all been doing at least a mile a day outside. And I was consistently doing it all the way through, like, the morning of my surgery. And then it went wah-wah because I couldn't do anything. So I unfortunately am not going to fulfill that unless I want to just go and totally restart it and start, a couple months later from you guys. But I haven't been able to do anything like the past week and a half or so. I think I was joking with you guys that I don't even think I walked 1,000 steps in 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So running the Cedar Rapids Marathon will be really interesting in a couple weeks here, my friend.
It'll be fine.
I'm just letting you know.
We'll be fine.
Just letting you know.
Like we always do.
Yeah.
But
because you're touting like, oh, I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and I'm just like, oh, fuck.
well, I'm definitely heavier still. Like I haven't been able, well, because I haven't stuck to my diet when I've been traveling, which is fine. I'm fine with that because I want to live my life too, you know. But yeah, so it was really cool with this camping setup, being able to just like how quickly you could set up camp, break down camp. You had everything with you. So like we were doing lunches at overlooks and making dinner and drinking wine at overlooks of the Grand Canyon, and it was just
and you had
spectacular.
a rooftop tent, which I really like the aspect of that, especially when you're in like a desert environment where there are like nice little snakes and scorpions and critters, you know, on the ground.
Or when you're in places that there are bears, because then you're up off the ground as well. So yeah, there's a lot of perks to having a rooftop tent, and it was really cool. And I could get that thing up and down without any help.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was even better.
That's
you know,
awesome.
like it can be done by one person.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was just like, it was really cool. It was really cool. It was a fun experience. Dave and I had a really fun bonding time, and Overland Expo exceeded my expectations. It was huge, and the vendors were incredible, and we were able to see not only turtleback trailers, but like the Mean Bean and like all these other like little mom and pop places where like the owners, the guys who make these things were there, and we're shaking hands with them. People from North Carolina and Southern California. I do have to give a shout out. So on Friday night, so we went to the expo Saturday. Friday night, we were sitting at an overlook having dinner. And we were just sitting there, and there were multiple people that we wound up just chatting with people because we were sitting there drinking wine. One was this lady, Louise, who she said she was going to like us and get our numbers up because we need 350. We only have like five follows away from 350 followers. So if you're listening and you have not followed us on Instagram, please make my day and give me to 350. But Louise is like, I'll get you to 350. But anyway, Louise and her husband and his best friend were on motorcycles, and they stopped and chatted with us for a long time. And then we were talking about how we were hiking the Bright Angel Trail on Sunday, and Louise is like, oh, I'm going to do that too. Guess who we bumped into on Sunday?
Oh, no way.
Louise. And we wound up chatting, and she met this woman named Lorri who was running marathons back in the day and had done some a couple decades ago. And so we got chatting about marathons, and her husband, Jeff. So shout out to them. And then also while we were sitting there, there was the most adorable family. Adorable. Young couple, 4 kids. A little boy, 3 girls, charming kids. They were little, like I think they're 8, 6, 4, and 2. So they're all like 2 years apart exactly. Just adorable. Like they made dinner, and so we had dinner with them, and we were chatting because we were all at the Overlook. They have converted a school bus to be like I think it's their full-time home. Like they're homeschooling the kids, and they're rolling around the country teaching them about things on the road. They were just, anyway, Rolling Sunshine. They're on Instagram. Super cool, cute family. Follow them. They're fun. They're little adventures. The kids are adorable.
Their own like little magic school bus.
They do, and it's a nice conversion. There's a whole conversion video of it on YouTube. It's a really nice bus. It's not what you think it is, but it's cool. Anyway,
that's awesome.
That was my epic week update.
That's awesome. I do love when you're just doing, you know, different outdoor activities and just the people you stumble upon.
Oh, and we bumped into them too, also on the Bright Angel Trail.
Oh, that's cool.
So like we were all bumped into each other at this one overlook, and then bumped into each other again on the Bright Angel Trail.
That's really cool. Well, I am super glad that you were able to go to the expo. You got Dave to go there with you as well, because I know, like, I mean, one of the things that you and I talk about a lot is like, okay, like what does life look like when you know there's retirement, you know, in the mix, and you know how do you balance your time? How are you going to spend your time? You know, I think the one thing that Jim and I have talked about is that, you know, we want to do more of our like front end, a lot of our travel, you know, because we're young, and you know we can get up and down stairs and climb, you know, 3 mile, you know, down and back up, you know, trails and stuff. And, you know, kind of harder to do that, you know, when you're, you know, in your 80s, you know, so to speak. So Yeah.
You never know what life's going to throw at
That's
you.
exactly. Yeah. So you just can't wait.
No.
So kudos. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys end up landing on.
Me too.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
I think we're still a couple years out because it's somebody's wedding.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And then you have probably another one, and then something else to roll. It always rolls, dude.
It does. I know.
It always rolls. So
running news.
yes.
Oh my God, this is really cool.
This is really cool.
So it was all over Instagram. Rachel Entrican did a fastest time ever at the Cocodona 250. 250 miles ultra. It's one of the hardest races out there. Won overall. She took the lead at mile 60. Fastest known time ever in this race, 56 hours and 9 minutes. And I
just got goosebumps.
I think just a few years ago, she was an amateur. Like, she was doing, like, ultras and doing, I believe it was physical therapy. So she'd be, like, running crazy mileage and then working crazy hours. And she was winning, like, she had won the women's for women at Cocodona the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I think she finally got somebody to sponsor her so she could focus on ultras.
And do this as a full-time professional.
And that's what happens. A woman won the Cocodona 250, setting the fastest known time ever.
It was freaking all over social media,
all
man.
over.
Like,
and
she is the bomb.
And after she was done, she looked like you and I after we finished a marathon. I know. Like, it was no big deal.
I know.
That was easy.
Did you see the video? And I don't know the last person that came in, the gentleman that came in.
He was like sideways.
He was like, his body was like sideways, and he was like, I'm like, there were two people that were helping him, but the crowd of people, like, it was like a gauntlet that he went down of people and cheering him on and stuff. So to see how he finished the race versus how Rachel finished the race, it was like, holy crap,
Yeah, like I think she does.
Remarkable.
I think she does 20 miles like we do 3.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Like,
which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Just people's bodies are crazy.
I just couldn't even imagine, like, how you train for a 250-mile run.
No.
Like, that's just, yeah. But Rachel, if you're listening, or, I just absolutely phenomenal work. And,
I'm not worthy.
And
thank you for representing women so well.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It just makes you realize just how much, and we talked about it, when we were talking about the London Marathon and, like, just getting the guys who got the sub 2, hour. Yeah. It's just like, human physiology just keeps progressing and progressing,
I'd like to do the math at 250 miles. How long would it take us to do a 250-mile race? It's 6 hours every 25 miles.
You're trying to do math on the fly.
Don't do it. I won't do that. I promise.
Don't do it. All right, and then the other thing that we wanted to do. So a couple weeks ago, Lorri and I, we had I want to call it a spicy episode. Yeah. We ran the Delaware Running Festival in Wilmington, Delaware, and it's the first time it ever happened to us in a marathon where we came across the finish line ever, and they ran out of medals. They did not have a medal for us. So they took pictures of our bibs, and they promised us that we would get medals. And, so we were waiting, and lo and behold.
We have Medal Monday.
Now, talk about the email that we got, though, that came along with this.
Yeah, so the email was interesting. It was just, you mean before this was delivered?
Yeah, before it was delivered.
So we did get a confirmation email that our order was shipped. That was all it said, is that our order was shipped. I'm like, yeah, I didn't order anything. You forgot to give it to me. That's what I'm like, order. That is so weird. And again, no second or third apologies. There's been nothing. There's been radio silence from these people, really.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they don't like the criticism. They can't handle it. They don't care. But that's the way it comes across to me, like they don't give a shit.
But the one thing that I am appreciating is the fact that we actually got the medals. So I know you're gonna open yours.
Yes, this is like a little unveiling. This is like Christmas Day. I'm so excited to finally get my medal Monday. In fact, I'm gonna wear it. Let's see. Ooh.
Oh, that's a nice size medal.
Bold, brave, resilient with like American flag colors.
Nice.
All right, it's a nice medal.
That's a nice medal.
It says 250 on the back, celebrating the United States birthday.
Nice.
Happy birthday, America, it says on the back.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking medal.
It is a nice looking
All right.
medal. Damn it.
All right, you're going to wear it.
I'm going to wear it.
Because she wasn't able to wear it.
I'm going to have my Medal Monday right now.
There we go, Medal Monday. Even though it's Tuesday, we're recording.
That's all right. It's like Taco Tuesday. Medal Monday.
Well, all I have to say to the race directing staff for the marathon is thank you for following through, and thank you for sending us the medals, because I opened mine before Lorri opened hers. But I am very, very happy that we actually have some swag to go and commemorate the race with. So it's a nice looking medal. So.
Finally.
Yes. Cool. All right.
Yep.
So Mississippi Blues Marathon. We ran this sucker in February of 2022.
Yes. Yes, we have.
And why did we pick the Mississippi Blues Marathon?
So the Mississippi Blues Marathon is in Jackson, Mississippi.
Which is the capital of Mississippi.
It is. And it's also the most highly populated city in the state.
Yep.
But Jackson is rich in like blues history, and so therefore that is why, like, I think there's like a blues trail there and everything, and it's called the City of Soul. So there's a rich tradition of blues, and I like blues, and I thought it would be very cool. And we also to participate in that.
And also because Jackson played such a pivotal role in the civil rights movement.
Yes.
We kind of thought that, like, because, you know, you and I love going to, like, museums and historical buildings and stuff. So we're like, all right, this is going to be, like, maybe like a little culturally rich for us to you know, learn, you know, some new things and so forth.
State Capitol building and all that.
Yeah.
So that's why you would do it.
Yeah.
I would tell you, before you sign up for this race, be aware it is a double loop marathon. There aren't a lot of I think there's more now, but at the time there weren't a lot of marathons in Mississippi. And this was really the biggest one that you could do. So it's the biggest city, it was the easiest one in and out. It just made sense to do this one, but it is a double loop. And that can definitely mess with you.
So double loops is like I finish one loop and like a track, and then I go and do the loop again.
Yes, 2 loops of 13 miles.
Yes.
So like you're running with the half marathoners, they're finishing, and you keep running.
Yes.
Type of deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, this is really fun.
So, yeah. All right. So, all right. I'm just going to jump right into this, though. I think that the best timed song that we've had 2 really, really well timed songs. One was when we did a race with Julie in Rhode Island.
Yeah, I actually cued that one though.
Oh, you cued that.
I didn't
realize you
that
cued
was
that.
not on our playlist.
Oh, all right. So you
Living
cued
on
that.
a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer. Halfway there.
Yes.
At the half marathon point.
Yes.
This race, you did not cue this up. This
I
was
did
part
not.
of the. So part of the double loop was that as you came through to start the second loop, you actually ran through the finish line, and as a full marathon, you crossed the mat. That was your halfway point, and then you continued on your loop again. So Taylor Swift's song "Shake It Off" came on, and we were like, do you remember running down by the Greyhound station? And we were like, we were singing that at the top of our, shake it off, just shake it off.
Yeah.
That was really rough. That was so rough.
That was really rough.
Yeah, so I think we have some post-traumatic stress disorder from that. Like anytime we see a finish line in the middle of a race, we're like, no.
Well, anytime I see a double loop now, I'm like, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah. So it, now, we will share in a little while why doing a double loop had its advantages for us, though, because, look, at the end of the day, I was excited to go to Jackson because, it's state capital. I thought that it would be really, kind of like a thriving area. And unfortunately, what we found, now granted, this is in 2022, so I think that the downtown area of Jackson was hit extremely hard by COVID.
That's possible.
In regards to, not a lot of businesses still being in business.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of restaurants. there weren't a lot of people outside of like city, state employees.
But I will say also, because I lived in North Carolina, and I lived outside of Charlotte, I lived outside of Raleigh. Like a lot of southern cities, though, also got hit just from suburban sprawl in general.
Yeah.
So a lot of southern cities have more going on in the outskirts than downtown. But I'm sure that compounded with COVID definitely made it worse. Haven't been back to Jackson since. Can't tell you how much it has changed in the last 4 years. But yeah.
But I do hope that it has found its way to be a thriving city.
Yeah.
The people that we met there were absolutely lovely.
Yes.
Anybody that we talked to in a restaurant and so forth. I mean, everybody, even the people along the course and the volunteers. I mean, everybody was extremely lovely.
With one exception.
Yes.
Which we'll get to later.
We'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're considering this race, this marathon, they do have a marathon relay, half 10K, 5K, and like a kids half marathon fun run, which I think is just really a mile. One of the bonuses is it is a Saturday race.
And we love our Saturday races.
Yeah, so I think we flew in on Friday morning, ran Saturday. You were out first thing Sunday morning. You're like tapping.
Bye, Felicia.
Me, searching for cheaper flights, wound up spending the day there. But that wound up working out well, and we'll get to that in a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it hasn't, this race has not picked up like some of the post-COVID races have. Like when we ran it, there was 148 finishers. This last year, there was 131 finishers. So I think that's probably more indicative of more choices out there that doesn't have a double loop. That they're but they do have a 7-hour time limit, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. And we started at around like 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I like an earlier. I like a 7 a.m. start.
I know.
I really do.
Or even earlier.
Yeah.
The earlier the better.
Just because I mean, now granted, this was in February, so we didn't have to worry about like that deep south like heat, But still, it's like you want the races to be a little bit earlier.
What I do give them props for, and there just wasn't a lot going on at the finish line when we were there, but they do say that the course limit, like everything closes, the finish line closes at 2:30, which is the 7-hour mark, but that the festival closes at 3 p.m., which is always what we're touting about. So, like, kudos to you, Mississippi Blues. That's exactly the way it should be done.
They had. I don't remember specifically the food that they had as far as what was offered post the race, but I do remember there was food, and I remember I was able to eat stuff. We didn't take a lot of pictures during that race.
No.
There wasn't a lot to take pictures of.
No.
And we'll get into the course right now.
Yeah.
Because guess what? After we went into the first loop, we were like, oh, shit, we've been here already. I don't need to take pictures of anything else.
Exactly. I mean, well, that's kind of what happens, right?
I'm sorry. It hurts to laugh. Like, it hurts to smile. My face hurts so bad from the surgery.
I'm so sorry, my friend.
It's like, we can't laugh today.
I know. Which, thank God we didn't do Nashville today.
Oh,
that would have been bad.
I would have been wrecked.
I almost peed myself last week.
Oh, my God.
Well, so the route is slightly different. Ours started and finished near the state capitol building.
Yeah. Which was a nice backdrop.
It was a very nice backdrop. So I'm curious to now, because now it starts or finishes near the 50-yard line at the Veterans Memorial Stadium, which is home to the Jackson State University football team.
That would be nice for like a little change of scenery. And
I do believe they maybe do a lap around the inside of
fun.
the stadium.
I always like stadium running when we do some of our races.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So that's a little bit different, but really they're just like chop some of the out and backs and rearrange them into different areas.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, it was, like I talked about the weather, it was surprisingly cooler than I think we always look at the weather, so we prepare, right? Because, I have pictures of me with like a knit hat on, and you had the Friends onesie that we talked about.
At Nashville. I'd totally forgotten until I saw the pictures of us in Mississippi. I don't even know how I forgot this, but I had worn my onesie in Nashville a little longer than you. Way longer
than me.
Which is unusual.
Yeah. Yes.
And I decided I wanted to keep it, so I unzipped it and I tucked it behind a bush, I think near Vanderbilt University somewhere. And we went back and got it when we picked up our mile 20 beverage.
Yeah, so the weather, we with you having your onesie on, I had, I don't know, some kind of zip up and so forth. So so it was definitely cooler. So even though this is in February down south, this was like in the upper 20s, low 30s when we started.
Yeah, I think it was a little unseasonably cool. And it was even pretty cool at the finish at 61 degrees.
It was.
But, I mean, perfect running weather.
It was. Now, where did we stay?
The Westin.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really, really close to the start and finish, so very convenient.
But I can't even say whether it's because Jackson State University is a little bit further away from downtown, so I'm not even sure whether you would want to stay downtown.
Yeah, like what the logistics are, like if you're starting in one location, finishing in another.
Well, no, because I think you start and finish at Jackson State University now. So it's the same start and finish, but I have no idea about what hotels are out that way. But the Westin at Jackson was very nice.
Yeah.
Except for the weird, creepy doll.
It had a really weird, creepy doll in the lobby. She was like, she kind of had her hands like twisted out. We have a picture. We'll share it on social media. And she was kind of like, come.
And I still don't understand why
creeper. I don't know.
It's like it's like a Chucky doll, like something you would expect that probably frolics around the lobby in the middle of the night.
It probably is, man.
So weird.
Now, when we picked up our packets, it was pretty low key. There was a grass area where we ended up finishing, and they had just set up a packet pickup there. So there wasn't any big expo. I probably would imagine that it's probably the same.
Yeah, just a packet pickup.
Yeah. And then, it was a Friday afternoon when we had gotten there. So, after we picked up the packets, we're like, all right, let's go find some place to eat. We'll meander through the downtown area, and we were like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like there's no, there's a downtown, but it kind of was like, wah, 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 tumbleweeds. We're like, where are the people? Like, I think you took pictures of like empty roads.
I did.
Nobody there.
And what got me was like, I mean, it was a work day, right?
It was a Friday, yeah.
And this is the state capitol, and I'm like, where do the state capitol people eat when they're taking lunches and stuff? Because there weren't even there were maybe 2 or 3 sandwich shops, but that was it.
Yes, and I felt like almost all of them were closed.
Yeah.
And we walked around, we saw City Hall, and we were looking.
Yeah.
We saw the governor's mansion, the Capitol building. We didn't go inside the Capitol building, but we saw it from the outside.
Yeah.
And there was nothing. We had to get in the car and drive. And I think we drove out to the Iron Horse Grill.
We did.
For was it a late lunch?
Yeah.
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 And that was good.
No,
and that place has full of character. I was looking at their menu today, and I was like, oh, it's like Tex-Mex meets Southern. It's all sorts of things, steaks and tacos and.
Yeah, no, that place was. I remember the meal there, and that was some good food. I don't remember the neighborhood that you talked about called the Fondren neighborhood.
Yeah, that was that cute place. It was it was a neighborhood north of town. It kind of had a little bit more character, and we wound up finding little restaurants.
Did we go to an antique shop in there?
We did.
Oh, now I remember.
Yes, and I bought some stuff, I think, for Julie's Christmas present that year.
That's right. All right, now I remember. Yeah, that was cool that year. Every time we went to a different location, you were buying little kind of tchotchke stuff or just memorable things from each of the different locations and then putting them in a basket for friends and family. So I thought that was a really, really nice touch.
Yeah, it was fun because I knew we were going crazy that year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this will be everybody's Christmas present.
That's right. That's right.
Buy cornbread from Jackson, Mississippi. I don't know. Whatever I could find that was homemade in that area.
Yeah.
But we did wind up staying there for dinner.
Yeah.
And they had a really cool sign out front of this place. But it was Babalu, tapas, and tacos. We had dinner. I can't imagine us having tacos for dinner, but apparently we did because we never learned our lesson.
Yeah.
And this place had a sign out front that actually allowed you to have to-go drinks. But what sucks is that this is one of those casualties of whatever because they shut their doors in September of 2022. So shortly after
we went there. Yeah.
But it was good at the time.
Yeah. So what about our mile 20 beverages, right? So I say beverages. So there was an advantage of doing the 2 loops, and I think what you and I had established was okay, this is gonna suck doing 2
really
loops.
Really bad, yeah.
And we're like, all right, we're going to go and see the same stuff over and over. There's not much to see in Jackson. We had established that on Friday.
Yeah.
So we're like, what if we went and did a double drop?
Yeah.
Right? So when did we hit the first go around on the first drop?
Well, that would have been about mile 10.
About mile 10, and then we hit it again.
Yes, at mile 20.
At mile 20. But then, that wasn't enough.
No, sometimes you have to up the ante and make it unique,
This was very unique.
So
this was a one and only.
It's a one and only. I'm not proud of it, but we happen to have gotten some marijuana kind of minty things from some friends that they gave them to us, and we'd had a good time hanging out with them and taking those. And so I was like, well, we could spice it up a little bit and have one of these marijuana mints instead of doing just a mile 20 beverage.
Instead of we did 2 beverages
and a mint,
and then we did freaking marijuana.
Yeah,
and I think that was the marathon. So Lori's youngest daughter is named Ella. And that was the marathon that when I was talking to you about Ella, I kept going, Egla, Egla. And now that is her nickname.
That is her nickname
Forever
now?
will be her nickname with me is Egla.
Yes. It is forever her nickname.
Dude, I don't remember running the last couple miles of that race.
No. That last 6 miles of that loop are a blur.
Yeah.
A blur.
Yeah.
But I felt really good.
But we were dying laughing. And
we were having a good time.
And we were running with other 50-staters. So 50-staters are other people who we've met along the way, too, in other races.
Yeah.
Wearing 50-state, shirts or marathon maniacs. So definitely meet people along the way. In fact, there was some folks that were running with Marathon Maniac shirts on, and we could see their little fanny pack in the back, and they had Fireball bottles. I was like, oh, those are my people.
Yeah, we were like, excuse me, is that Fireball I see in your back?
So our people.
They were our people. Yes, so good.
So we don't do as we do. This was a very, very unique experience.
And this
it made it very memorable, or not.
Well, it's important. It's
like, dude, where are we running?
I'm running. So this was our 35th state, and probably our, I don't know how many 40th marathon, 40-something marathon. So it wasn't like we were newbies. We were well into this. We kind of know what our bodies do.
And we were staying hydrated.
And we were very hydrated.
Yes.
Yes, and I did not get the munchies.
No.
Oddly. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I just need to run.
Maybe psychologically you didn't, because we knew that there were no places to eat afterward.
Maybe that's true. That is very true. Now, is there anything that you remember that sticks out on the course?
Oh, shit. So, yeah, the Planned Parenthood protesting. Oh, Lorri. Oh, my God.
Okay, so this is not political.
This is not political.
And I believe, I am a firm believer in choose your religion. I don't judge other people's religion. Mm-hmm. I will tell you I'm a Christian, but I don't judge people for what they believe. That's just my basic principle. I think God loves everybody. If you're a good person, it's about being a good person. So I tend to sometimes lean into God things, and I can get spiritual sometimes. And I was in a zone of running, and this was the first loop. Thank God was not there the second game.
Thank God it wasn't with the freaking marijuana in your body.
Thank God.
Woo!
So I was in a zone, and we're running, and Laura, being who she is, she's already on top of what the situation is like, because she's observing.
There were a lot of people, and I mean, and look, everybody has their ability to protest and so forth. I did not know the context of, is this a peaceful protest? Do these people get aggressive?
Yeah.
Are they going to throw crap at us?
Yes.
And we're running through on a street as they were protesting in front of a Planned Parenthood location.
Now, I did not notice Planned Parenthood, nor did I notice any of the picket signs. I noticed nothing except for a man there preaching, and he's thumping the Bible.
They had signs that were 8 feet by 8 feet
with
of
fetuses.
And
like graphic.
And Lorri did not see them.
I did not see them. And this man is preaching. And I was like, amen. Like, I was getting into it because, like, I'm feeling it, right? And then Laura's like, Lorri, shut up.
And then you kept saying something to him. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, oh, what the hell? And then I look up and I'm like, oh, shit. So again, like.
Because we didn't want anybody to misinterpret, like, if we said anything to anybody that it would be interpreted incorrectly.
Right. And again, this is not, we don't get preachy on this show very often, but I'm going to say this one piece is that I do believe in freedom. And I believe that there should be a separation of church and state, which is how we were established. So for me, and you can cut this out if you guys feel like you need to, I'm cool with that. But a woman's right to choose is first and foremost their right. So the fact, I stand on that. Yeah. So the fact that I was even coming across as endorsing that at the time was mortifying to me, and because I would never want to come across that way. Had I actually seen what was going on, I'd been on the other side of the street, as far away from that as possible.
See, and for me, and one, I second everything you just said in terms of, like, keep your politics out of my uterus. But my stance was safety, yes. And it was because I'm like, again, I think it was like I went into like military assessment mode, and I was like, okay, like, because that guy that like you were like,
he was angry.
He was an angry person.
But I thought he was just preaching with passion at the time.
No.
I didn't realize he was an angry man.
No, he was an angry man, and I was like, oh my God, if there's ever a moment where like somebody could misconstrue like how something is said,
absolutely.
And like, so that was more like a like, hey, let's be safe. So like the second go around, we're like, oh, thank God, there were no more protesters there. The second go around, they were not there.
And here's the sad thing. So we ran this in November. And I think that it was just 6 months later that Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Yes.
So there's probably no Planned Parenthood there anymore.
Yeah, there probably is not.
It's not even probably an issue of that course anymore.
Yeah. There's sad stuff. Yep.
It is. So anyway, there were also, one of the standouts on the course for me, other than that, that's probably one of the biggest memories from that course, but was the Greyhound station. So,
oh, yeah, this was cool.
It's really, when you get into downtown Jackson had part of their deep-seated civil rights movement. The Jackson station was kind of the congregate point for like 329 freedom riders, people that were people of color sitting in the all-white section of buses. And they all kind of congregate at that Greyhound station. There was a bunch, almost all of them were arrested. Mm-hmm. But it was that whole movement and that episode was part of what made it illegal to segregate anything as far as international or interstate travel, which I think is really amazing that they got that pushed through. And the Greyhound station is like this amazing art looking. Deco, like almost
like late 40s, early 50s, styling and stuff. But they haven't done anything with it, and it's such a shame because like you and I were like, oh wow, that would make such a great, like, just even a small museum. And
it should be a civil rights museum, but it's privately owned and it's off private offices, so you can't even go into it.
That was a little disappointing, but it was cool that the outside is like 100% preserved.
Yes, but other than that, I don't remember much else from that race. That's about it.
I left early.
You left early. You did leave early. Yeah, I mean, like, it was so bad. Like, I think we just ate at the Westin for dinner that night.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't go anywhere.
We were like, so then the other funny thing I remember from the course, because then we'll talk about what you did the next day, because you hit up Vicksburg, which I was very jealous of, because I would have loved to have done that with you, because I left early.
I would have learned a lot from you by doing it with you, too.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, damn it. Was when we were doing our playlist, right? So we traditionally add songs, from the state or the city that we're in and so forth. So you had added Johnny Cash, Going to Jackson with June and Johnny, and there was a woman who let us know
Yes.
that was not about Jackson, Mississippi.
No, it was not.
It's about Jackson, Tennessee.
Yes.
Who knew?
Not
we
me.
Did not.
I thought it was about Jackson, Mississippi.
But I was like, Jackson, going to Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah. Not about Jackson, Mississippi.
Not about Jackson, Mississippi.
Now, there is one song that references Jackson, Mississippi. That is a recent song.
Is it? I'm drawing a blank. What is it?
We're going to see his concert in a couple months in September.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars.
Yeah. So we were like,
Uptown Funk, don't give it to
yeah,
me.
there
It
we
took
go.
me a hot
Uptown
second.
Funk,
I'm like,
yep.
what the? This is the
I know,
52-year-old brain. It's working hard.
These are the so as we go from Johnny Cash to Bruno Mars. Yeah, we had it all.
Yes, we did.
So,
of course.
but not Jackson, Mississippi.
It's not except for Bruno.
Except for Bruno.
Because he specifically says,
yes.
Jackson, Mississippi.
All right. So how was Vicksburg?
Vicksburg is freaking amazing. It was the highlight of that trip, aside from our endeavors on the course. Of course.
And thank God you brought those fucking mints, man, because I was yeah, because that could have been a totally different experience.
Yeah, no, it was fun. We had a good time. Lots of laps. But Vicksburg is a national military park, and it was an integral part. The 47-day siege of Vicksburg was an integral part of the Civil War and the Union victory. So
huge.
Vicksburg fell, 3 days, or the day after Gettysburg fell. So there were 2 huge Union victories back to back. And Vicksburg was important to the South because the South ran a lot of their supplies and military things up and down the Mississippi River, and Vicksburg sits high up on a bluff. So it had really anybody who controlled Vicksburg controlled the Mississippi. And if you took that part of the Mississippi, you actually broke the South in half because the western part of the Mississippi southern states could not have access to the eastern side. It broke the supply line. So it was very important at the time. So it was really cool to go there because they've done a very nice job of preserving the park. But the highlight to me was the USS Cairo. Didn't even know that they made these things during the Civil War. A river gunboat they had found. It's the only one still in existence.
I would love to have seen that.
Of some 30. And it's in rough shape. I mean, it's just some of the wood is left, but they have the boiler, and it's on the National Historic Registry of Mechanical Engineering. Who knew that was even a thing? And it was I have so many pictures of this stupid boat. I'm like, I didn't even know this existed, and this is so cool. So, and it was about a little less than an hour from Jackson, so it was so worth it to jump in the car and go. Because I flew out later that evening. I think I flew out at 6, so I dropped you off early. I was
so jealous because
well, you told me to go. I wouldn't have even known about it if it wasn't for you.
I'm so glad that you took me up on that because I'm like, dude, you have to go there. There's rich history there. I've never been, but just having learned about it, in at West Point. But I was so jealous after you told me everything that you saw because I was like, damn, that's a million times more of the things that we saw in Jackson.
Yeah. So true. Now Vicksburg itself, I don't know whether it was kind of cute, but also a little tired.
Yeah.
But the military park was just phenomenal.
Yeah, no, that's
and
really,
it was
really
also
awesome.
Cool because you knew it was the state boundary. So across you got seeing the Mississippi is cool every time I see it.
And then you could kind of picture why, and you get the context of the geography and wow, I can almost picture what was it 70,000+ troops in the area and that type of stuff. So there's some big stuff there. So
there is.
Right.
And if you just seriously Google River Gunboat Civil War, you have to Google it. It is so
Google it.
They're so cool.
Google.
Who even knew that technology existed then? It was just really neat.
I love it. All right, so the swag was pretty. I don't have my shirt anymore because I don't know why. I did not like that. It looks good on you. It looks cute on you, but it didn't fit me right.
It's a unisex.
Yeah.
So it's men and women got the same shirt.
You know what it is? You have tits and I don't. and no, seriously,
things fit different.
And it does. It fits different. And because mine, it goes down straight, and then next thing you know, it's it hits me kind of like mid-thigh, and I look like I'm wearing Jim's quarter zip.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's nice. It's simple. It was a 3/4 zip long sleeve tech shirt, and all it really had was the emblem on the breast.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing on the back.
Yeah.
Just simple.
Now the medals it's the state capitol. So don't know if they have kind of preserved that and continued that, not preserved it, but continued that for future medals.
We were in the 15th anniversary.
Oh, who knew?
Not me. Not until I just read it.
No, there we go. All right, so here's the loaded question, Laura. Would you run Jackson, Mississippi Blues Marathon again?
I would prefer not to.
I would prefer not to as well, my friend. I would not necessarily recommend it either.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend it.
It's a double loop. Like, and if you love to run a race
with new scenery.
Now, the one advantage to this is that it was relatively flat.
Yes. Yeah, it was simple.
But there was not a lot of shade. So if, for some reason there is, a really warm day, we lucked out with it being a little cooler. But if it is a warm day, you are going to toast, and you're going to toast twice.
Yeah, and you're going to toast twice. There were some blues bands at the finish and along the course. I mean, we have them mostly at the finish.
Dude, I don't remember because I was stoned when I ran that race. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I prefer not to because I hate double loops and I avoid them like a passion.
So we do have to run Mississippi probably again at some point in time because we're like revisiting, dabbling into other states and stuff again. So if any of our listeners have a fantastic race that you can recommend in Mississippi, freaking send it to us. Send it to us on Instagram. Send us a Facebook message with our post. Please, like Mile 20 Podcast, send us recommendations. We will definitely go and check them out. Would love to go and get exposed to a different part of Mississippi than Jackson.
I agree. So. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether I would recommend it either. Yeah. I'm kind of like C- on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm like a D.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I could go T too.
All right.
Next week.
What are we talking about next week?
Don't make me laugh. We are interviewing Jake Jess, who is the race director for Cedar Rapids Marathon. It's their inaugural year, and we will be running that in like 2 weeks.
That's the one you're going to carry me.
Yes.
Right? When we're running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andale. Just get on my back.
I think it'll be interesting talking to Jake about just how they decided to go and get this thing going, and what it takes to go and start a race from scratch, so to speak, or just getting the context on it. Maybe there was a race and it was an older one and they just started this one up, or they just got a wild hair and said, let's start a race in Cedar Rapids. So, but needless to say, it's getting us there. So.
Yeah, and I think they seem to be doing things right because they already have a partnership with Des Moines Marathon, they have a race challenge. So I'm excited to talk to them. Should be good.
Good.
Well, thank you all again for listening to us. Once again, follow us at Mile 20 Podcast.
And
Instagram,
send us Mississippi race recommendations.
Yes, please. Now, go make Mile 20 your bitch.
Peace out.